Okay, so from the first section online, the virtual section, the first video section, someone asked a question. Um, the question is, can I throw more light on, split method for the class, this class? Now, we have this as an array, num as an array, good. Then to get the method, to make use of the split method, uh, I can do, I can make a variable name of fruits. Okay. Just a moment. Okay, you're welcome back, ma. So let me go straight to your question. Said I should throw more light on the split method. Now we have a string as name. This is a very long string. Africa is a continent in the world with lots of unmined resources. Good. Now, if I want to split this string, the default way to split the string is using space. Now let's visit it. Let's say help string dot split. Good. You see this split. We should always learn to do this when we are programming. You can get help on a particular method with respect to the class. Say help split, return a list of the words in the string using the separator as the delimiter string. Now, if I specify separator this way, if I specify separator, then I will have what? I will have the string split with respect to the separator, and I can specify the maximum number of splits. So first and foremost, when I do this, it means name dot split. Without me specifying a separator, it will give me default method of splitting, which is just by space. So I have it this way. It splits it by space. But when I do name the split and I specify a character, maybe the character I'm specifying is I. You see, it will split it anywhere it sees I, it takes that side off, continue from the next. That's split. So you see, it splits A free is car, SA car, because I appears there, it's pull it off. Now the second argument that is needed in the method split is the maximum split, which is maximum number of splits to do. By default, it's -1. That is, it has no limit. Just split it with respect to the string. But if I have a maximum split as specified in number, in a situation like this, and specify a number as 3, it means give me this plate 3 times. So you see, this is 1, this is 1, this is 2, and all this is 3, and this is 4. You're saying 4 because it starts from what? 0 to rest. So if you give me first split the first 3, then the rest it gives me just the other part of the string that it's not touched. So it gives me 3 parts that split, and the rest it returns the remaining string. I don't know if this has answered your question so that we can go to the second project for today.
Yeah, it's fine. It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So the random password generator, let's take a look at it for today, then we call it a day. Random password generator. Assume you are designing a program and it will require users to register and log in, but you want a situation that by their initial registration, random password will be given to them, which consists of characters to be given to them. So all you need to is just to look at this string. And we are having a network issue to do. First, I imported the random library. Then secondly, I imported the string library. Now, the random library helps us to do things like to perform random selection. While the string, I imported the string to enable me to get the characters and not to type them out. Now, if we should type the string.printable, it gives us a list of characters that is printable. But when we specify the dot split, it means that it should split at this particular location and give us the first index in the list. So when this is executed, it will ask me for number of characters to enter, password to create as 10. Then the desired character for each password. Let me say, give me 10 characters each. Then you see the characters. You see the password. I don't know if you can see the password.
No, it's not. It's not displaying.
It's not displaying. Okay. I think it's the screen. Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. So the logic behind the program is the import string is just a library that's importing string. Now, if I say import string as S, it means in places where we use string, I'll use S. So if I say import, here I will use string dot printable, it gives me these characters. But when I import string as S, import string as S, then I'll do S.printable and not string.printable. So you see, this gives me list of characters. I don't need to stress myself typing the character. one after the other. So, and I want just from 0 to stop at the at symbol. So I will split. So for me to split, I'll do s dot printable dot split. What am I splitting by? I want to split with this character here, this double character. I want to split that way. So when I split this way, you see the list, I've gotten two lists. This is the first part, from 0 to art is the first part. From 0 to art is the first part. Then from this closing square bracket to the last year, to this last character, OC, is the second part. So if I want just the first part, I'll do this and index it by 0. Then it gives me the first part. That was how I got my printable characters, and I stored it in this list you see here, this variable. So this has been explained. So it captures the character, stores it in the variable called character. Then whenever a user enters inputs from the keyboard, it is seen as a string. It is seen as a string. So, okay, you just raise your hand, you see it as a string. Then you have to use integer to convert the string to an integer. Okay, let's hear from you, please. You raise your hand. Can we hear from you, please? You raise your hand. Okay.
I want to ask, sorry, I understood the code from import random variable, import string as s, then you declare another variable to hold. Okay, that's s dot printable.
Yes.
Then you printed some random codes, right?
Yes, exactly.
But if you look at when you map, you imported, okay, at the point of s dot printable dot split, in brackets, there is a // there. I don't really get that.
Okay. Because like if you have seen the previous screen I shared, you see that x dot printable will give me the whole of these characters, all these characters here. So I just want from this art to this very point, from 0 to art, to constitute my password. I don't want this other part. So that's why I'm splitting using this character. If I should split just with the opening brackets, like the block brackets, I don't know if block bracket has occurred before on the list. So it does not occur. Then I just pick that. So I just specify the character that I want the split to begin from, and to give me the other parts, and to take the other parts. So when I did this, I have just what I need: 0 to 9, A to Z, lowercase.
Okay. I think, sorry.
Yeah.
I think from that bracket, you are ending the split at the position of the double / right?
Yes.
Okay, you are splitting what was generated into 2.
Exactly.
Okay, so you are starting from point 0.
Yes.
So the point of, okay, that's, I think it's clear. So that part where, don't mind me. I think I understand. So it does, yeah, okay, yes. Where your cursor is blinking, now that is where you are splitting.
Yes,
Clear.
exactly.
Okay.
So
So
back to
that's what
the
that would mean. Okay, so the next it's you are you are doing index.
yes,
Index
yes.
0.
Exactly, I'm indexing. Are you there?
No, so what is she down to this times? What did she think? She already replied this thing already.
Okay. I had to attend to a question from the physical location. So I index. After indexing, I got my desired characters. I need the random to choose from. So I just have to go into a loop. First, before going to the loop, I ask the user to enter number of characters to create, number of password to create, and then I ask the user to enter the desired length for each password. The desired length. If you want the password to be 44 in length or 5, wherever, just a desired length. Then also I want the user, I went into a loop. I asked the program, to start by giving me this, that my password is nothing. That is this, it's a null value. So I want to look first through the password length. I'll look through the password length to get the passwords. That is I'll look through the password, the total password, to get password length for each of the passwords. So for the first password, I go to the length, then I choose password. This is password because password plus rd.chart to choose randomly from this. And when it chooses it, it stores it in password, then it brings out that first password. And that is how it repeats itself continuously till the execution is done. Till the execution is done. Okay, I want to show you a visualizer. I want to show you a visualizer on this. I want to show you a visualizer. Good. Now this is the code. I don't know if you can see the screen of my visualizer.
No, it's no display.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Yes.
Okay. The screen of the visualizer. Now, this is an online environment. Once you just go python-tutor.com/visualize. If you want to understand your code more. So I'll click on visualize execution. When I click on it, it tells me how the program moves step by step. So the first step, what it does, it brings random number generator. Then the second step, it imports the random library as R. So I click next, you see it imports from a module, it sends it into R. R is now like a variable name holding the random module. So the next, it does same for string, imports it at S, then it goes straight to character. Now in character, what does it do? You see, in character, just like we explained initially, this is what it does. It prints as this character and store it inside character, the variable character for us. Then it moves to the total length. To ask the user what is the total length. Please enter length of password to create, and I enter 12. Total password to create. I enter 12. Then you see it has stored the total password, that variable total password as 12. Then what next is it asks me for the password length. So each of the password, I want it to have the length of 7. And I say, okay, what it does next, it stores its password length as 7. Next, it goes into the loop. First, it's looping for a password. So loops for the password and it assigns password to 0, which is now that password, that's the first loop. Assign it as 0, that is Hamplus, the first loop. Good. Then the password is what? Nothing. Then it moves into hub. The first loop for hub, which is 0, then it will get password. The first character it chooses is N. That's the first character. You choose another character for this R. If you choose another character, which is now the third time, 5. So it will choose until where this password is equal to length 7, it will print the password. So let me do this. So you see now on this screen, password has been printed after the loop. So this is what it will do until it gets to the last step, and it has calculated the code for you that it is 223 steps that will be taken before this code will be finalized. 223 steps. And these steps is due to the number of passwords that I want to create and the length of each password I want to create. I don't know if you understand the visualizer.
Yeah, it's pretty clear, but sorry, I'm taking you back. At that point, I told you that I understood the code up to printable.split
Yes.
and those things in code. Then that's index 0. That's index 0. What is it doing?
Okay, once it splits the code, it gives you the code in 2 forms. I give you the list, the first part and the second part, which is what we have here. So this is split, sorry. The split, take this is first part. This is one part.
Okay.
And from here is the second part to the end.
Yes.
Good. So when this indexing of 0 means give me the first part. Let me do something while if it will be clearer for I in this. For I in this. Print I. Let you see that it has 2 parts. See, this is the first part. The first part. So that is it. So it gives me the first part. This returns just the first part, and it will store this into that character's variable. You store it into this character variable. then it asks the user for inputs. So are we together?
It's fine, Chavo. So yeah, maybe I'll do it on my own then.
Okay. I can just send the code. Okay, the code will be sent. I think that will be sent to the group chats on
Okay.
WhatsApp.
Nice.
But actually, I can also send it here for you. I also send it here for you. So that is it. Okay, let's see. Let's continue with some explanation in the data type. So we've seen the data type list, and we've seen some things that can be done in list. Interestingly, what I would like us to look at is the conditional statements. The conditional statements, and we look at for loop. Now, don't be confused with list and tuple. List, tuple, dictionary, sets, they're all iterables. Like I said earlier, they're all iterables. And once you make use of an iterable to look over it, it gives you the index, the values here. Okay, what I mean is I can have this as my loop, my list, my L equals this. And remember, a list can contain both numbers and any other thing. That's my L. Then my set is defined this way, just like a dictionary, but it is not a key value pair. Then I can have what? My tuple. Tuple is defined like a list, but it has, and I can have my dictionary. This must have key value pair, which is one, O-N-E, two, T, T-W-O, three, R-A. So I have this. I have this. So if I want to know the type of each and every of what I have here, I'll use the keyword type ML. I have the type as a list. So if I have this, so ML, MS, MC, and MD. I have the types as list, set, tuple, and dictionary. These are the types. Now, all these are iterables, which means I can look through it. I can do this for I10. I is just a variable in ML. Print I with I10. prints all the items. Same thing appears when I use ms, print it out. When I use tuple, empty, it print it out. But here is what is a little bit strange. When I use my dictionary, it doesn't print the list, it doesn't print everything in dictionary. It only prints the keys in the dictionary for me. It prints the keys, which are these. So if I want it to print everything in dictionary, I can simply use md dot items, and so it will print the key value pair for me, but as a tuple, it prints it out. So I will explain the differences between this data structure. One, a list and a tuple. A list looks like a tuple, but it's not a tuple. A tuple cannot be, it cannot be changed. So that is to say, it is immutable. A tuple is immutable, while a list is mutable. That is one. Two, look at a dictionary and a set. A dictionary has key value pair, but a set just have items, no key, just have values. Now, three, I'll look at the dictionary, the set and the list. The set and the list, or the set and the tuple. The difference is set does not allow duplicates, and set is not scriptable, it's not subscriptable. And what I mean is you cannot index sets because it changes over time. So you cannot index sets. So if I have this, I can say ML5. It gives me this. I can say ML3. I can MD. It gives me the value. Sorry, not MD, please. MT. It gives me the value. Then I can also make this and say MD. Now I have to specify the key, which is 2, and key error, MD. Okay, the key, there's no key 2, but it's a key with string. That's why. So I cannot say MS3. It's not subscriptable. I cannot index it. So that is it. It cannot be indexed. So I will like us to read more on if and if-else statement, then the while loop, then the while loop. Then look, this is a nice question for us. I will enjoy it if we do this and send feedback. Meanwhile, I want to quickly rush back to attend to those in the physical session that I gave a task to do. Do you have any question?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Glad you joined us today again.
Yeah.
So have a nice day.
Okay, you too. Take
Yeah,
care.
tomorrow we'll be doing flags, maybe to build a little app with flags.
Okay, that would be nice. Enjoy your day.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
One more thing, sorry.
Okay.
Kindly share the question to the WhatsApp group.
Okay, I will do that. I'll do that.
Because I could not really get it. I tried grabbing it, but I don't know if it to be clear.
Okay, I will do that now.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
See you tomorrow.
Okay.